Guys, once again, we are doing one of the video which is about leadership, and one of the things which leadership has to do continuously to make sure that his organization is sustainable. This came out of my interaction with one of the guy who has called me and asking and taking my guidance on his current role. And I call this as sense making. Sense making is very important for any leader to survive and to make sure that his organization also sustain. Now, what does sense making means and why we are discussing? We know the story of Kodak, which is not there. We know the story of Ambassador car, where in India at least there was used to be a waiting period for 1 year. After that, you used to get Ambassador, but now it's not there on the roads. I give an example to make sure how the sense making work. There were two companies at one point of time. One turnover was 45 billion US dollar company. The turnover was 45 billion US dollar. The another company which was a software company. The first company was a hardware company. They used to manufacture mobile phone. The second company which was in the software, their major strength was technology. Their major strength was designing. Their major strength was working on operating system. And their turnover was 150 million US dollars. So you can imagine one side you have a company which 45 billion US dollar. Other side you have a company which is 150 million US dollar. So what happened is this company, which is bigger company, they had a culture to calling CEOs from across the industry, coming, interacting with the employees and having the learning session. After the session, the CEO of 150 million US dollar companies told the other guy, the CEO of the other guy and the board member is that future belongs to software, future belongs to operating system, future belongs to technology, not the hardware. You are strong in hardware, I'm strong in software, let's have collaboration together. As usual, what happened in bigger companies, sometimes we ignore the good ideas and we don't do sense making what is going to happen in 10 years down the line or 15 years down the line, where the trend is moving, where the customer behavior is moving. So what happened is they have ignored the idea. What happened after a few years? The first company, which was 45 US dollar company, 45 billion US dollar company, been sold out at $5 billion. In and around 5.5 billion US dollar. So you can imagine from 45 and companies been sold out, been wiped out. The market was out of the stock of those phones. People were not using that phone, though at one point of time they were the leader in that segment. And the same company, which was 150 million US dollar company, today as of now they hold market capitalization of almost 2.5 trillion US dollar. So you can imagine what has happened. I will give you the name of the company which is smaller. It's called Apple. Apple CEO was there. Apple CEO said the consumer behavior is changing. He did the sense making, the future belongs to the software. Future doesn't belong to the hardware alone. And that is where the sense making comes. If we don't have sense making, it will be another Kodak story or another Ambassador story or another Nokia story. The other company was Nokia. So as a leader, wherever you are working, whichever industry you are working, you have to see where the trend is moving. I work for the diagnostic. Okay, so the diagnostic, from the conventional diagnostic, it has moved to the preventive diagnostic, which means you should not go to a lab when only you fall ill. You should go to the lab when you are healthy, but you want to check your health so that you don't fall ill. And now if you see today, this preventive is moving towards the predictive diagnostic, which means a lot of markers are coming which predict the diseases. We have certain markers which predict your cardiac arrest. Then we have certain markers which also predict ankylosing spondylitis. So if they are positive today, either today or in future, you are going to have that kind of disease or that kind of condition. So predictive diagnostic is future. So these are called sense making. Now as an organization, if we don't match, if we don't follow that whatever we have done the sense making, then after 5 years, 6 years, any other small company will come and take over. The another trend which we have seen the change is from the conventional diagnostic towards moving towards genetics. People are talking about at least after COVID, everybody knows PCR. So people know that there is genetic profiling, genetic testing. So as an organization, we have to make sure our investment, our capex also goes to the future. What is where the future demand is? We need to work upon that. So as a leader, which I feel like, and that was my guidance to him, is because when I asked question, he could not answer it, that if you are not doing sense making today, you may survive today, but not in future. And therefore, I strongly believe sense making is one of the things maybe which is something which you have to do maybe in your thinking, in your thought process, in your strategy workshop, but do sense making where the future, where the customer is going towards in the future. Thank you very much, guys. I think sense making will make difference. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.